start recording. So this is the second part of the tutorial on how to make a Realtek fan game player model. So this tutorial is going to be on how to texture the model and rig it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to click on the first part you want to texture. For me, it's the torso, and then there's going to be this spear-looking icon on the row over here, or the column. It's going to be labeled material. Click on that. I have a default material here already. Click yellow part right here next to base color, image texture, and then might take a bit of time to look at it like it's actually more than yeah, and then you're gonna press open, go to downloads, and then you're going to get your fur texture. I'm just gonna get mine. This is a texture I don't really use that much anymore. I'm using a different texture for my game right now. And if you go right here, at the top where my mouse is, it says viewport shading. You're going to want to click on the third one, which shows the materials. You're going to see it's blurry, so you're going to change this from linear to closest, and you're going to see that's going to be stretching around. This is because of the UVs. At the top, you're going to click on UV editing. You're going to click on one of the faces, click A, go over here, press A, which selects on all of them, go to UV, and then cube projection. And now all your stuff should be there. And then you do the same thing on all these. Click on the area here, add the material, and then do this for your arms, your hands, and your head. If for example, if one of them have it zoomed in like this, which it doesn't match the torso, you can go to your UVs and then click on scale in your UVs, and then make the UVs a little bit bigger. And then the texture is a little bit smaller. Click on your hands, go to the UV editor, and then do that. Go to UV cube projection again, and then I forgot to add the material. I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit. I think that looks good. And then what you're gonna do with this is on the head, you're going to make a new material. And it's gonna be material.001. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Click on base color. You're gonna add an image, and this is going to be your face texture. So I'm gonna go to downloads. You can use whichever face texture you have. This is a face texture I have. I don't really use it much anymore. Set to closest. UV editing. Click here, and you're going to cube project it. And you're going to turn on the viewport shading if you want to, so that you can see what you're doing in here in the UV editor. And then you can zoom in until you think it covers enough of your face. You can move it up or down. Move it down a little bit, and then you can go out of here, go to layout. You're going to click here, and you're going to go to edit mode. Now this part might be a little bit complicated for some people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually I'll just keep it like that. You're going to click here, and there's going to be a knife tool. You can change your view to be flat. You can do 3D cursor, and then move this here to the top, and you're going to click on your knife tool, and then you're basically just going to cut out your image. You can go to your UV editor if it's not in the center, which is what it's like for me. Center, then edit mode, knife again, and then just go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to do this pretty fast and rush, so it's not going to look that good. If you're doing this on a player model for your game, you're going to want to take more time doing this. Go here. Then once you're done, you can press enter. Click off of the knife. Click on every single face that you cut out. What's up with my selector? And once you're done selecting all of your faces, I know mine doesn't look really that good because I rushed it. If you're making your model, you're going to want to try to make it look a lot better than this. You're going to press on the plus while keeping this selected. Click the plus, and then you're going to add your frame material. You're going to realize it's not going to show up. You're going to press Control I, which is going to invert it, and then press assign. And now you got fur there, and now your play model is textured. You can make ears if you want to. I'm not going to be doing that for this. And the next part is rigging, which you're going to go to object mode, click on add, you're going to add an armature, move it down a little bit, click on the orange box, viewport display, change it to in front, so that you know it's in the middle. It's not centered, you can mess with it a little bit. And then you're going to just move the bottom part down to the bottom, go to edit mode, you're going to move this up. You want to be really careful with this, be exact. Click here. Now this is what I like to do. I just like to make it 2 there, and then I'm going to adjust them later on. You're going to click on these shoulders, hold shift, click both of them, move them down. If you have to, you can scale them out a little bit. And then same thing over here, you can move them to their right spot. Make sure they're on the hand correctly. Oh, and also your head bone, just click there. Move it up, and then you're going to make sure that you move this forward a little bit, just like that, so that it controls the actual head. And then for rigging the fingers, this is pretty simple. First you're going to make a bone that goes forward, like that, and then you're going to make a bone that goes to where your finger is, and you can rig it. You can do 3 bones or 2 bones. Usually I do 3 bones for the fingers and 2 bones for the thumbs, but I'm not going to do this in this tutorial. I'm just going to do 2 bones for the fingers. And then you can do the same thing on the other hand. Once you're done with that, I'm going to finish this up. Once you're done with that, you're going to want to make these bones so that IK works. What you're going to do is you're going to click on the bones in between the forearms. You can go to Z view, press E, press X or Y, whichever it might be for you. For me it's X. And you're going to extrude them forward where the face is heading, and then you're going to click right here. Make sure they're not too long, by the way. Click here, you can go back to your Z view, extrude on your wrist bones, and you're going to extrude these backwards this time and make them a little bit smaller than the front ones. Once you're done, you're going to go back to object mode. You're going to make sure you have your armature clicked on first, hold down shift, click on the bottom one in the collection, go over here to the view, press Control P, and then with automatic weights. Now if you did everything right, whatever, I said that wrong. If you did everything right, then you should have a working rigged model. These might slightly affect it, it's fine. But yeah, you should have a working rigged model for you to use in your GrowTech fan game. You can go to pose mode in order to test that out. See the head moves and everything. Test out the fingers. Fingers work. Test out the wrist bones. Wrist bones work. The hands can turn wherever. And you're pretty much done. You can press Control Z, change your changes in the pose mode. And when you want to export it to your game, you're going to press File, Export, and then FBX. That's all for this tutorial, and goodbye.